Hi again, everyone. I have a story here from Claire. This is what she wants you to know. Dear Ollie, thank you for all your videos and the work you do. You have helped so many people and continuing doing so. My question for you today is about my narcissistic mother-in-law. We have been no contact for 3 years. At what point do narcissists realize they're lying? Immediately? They know they're lying from the get. And there's not this, understand something, and this is a comment I made, and I rarely comment on other people's videos. I don't even remember it. I'm not even sure what the video is, but I keep getting notifications that people are replying to my reply on it. About narcissists don't realize what they're doing, or they don't understand, they don't realize they absolutely know what they're doing right from the get-go. Listen, a lie is a lie. They're not, when you're sitting there and you're making up a lie, listen, narcissists aren't chemically imbalanced. It's not like bipolar or something else. The lies they're telling are calculating, and they're calculated to avoid what the truth is. So obviously, every time you're dealing with the narcissist and they're lying, they know they're lying. They know that's why they're narcissists, and then they act like they don't know and they play dumb. You have to think and stop and get so simplistic about it, and then ask yourself, well, what is a lie? Why do people lie? What is the purpose of the lie? Why would your mother-in-law think what she is saying is true? Why? She knows what the truth is. That's why she's saying what she's saying. They know it immediately. How stupid do they believe their victims are, that their lies are so obvious and abhorrent, and they are acting like we shouldn't see through them? That's narcissism. That's why they're narcissists, yes. My narc is a pathological liar. Everything she does contradicts herself. Yet we are the ones who have been alienated. We are the ones who have lost everyone. We are the ones who call her out on her lies, but we are called liars. I think what makes her worse is not that she is a crazy narc, but has unmedicated bipolar. She was told years ago she was bipolar, but didn't believe the doctor. All right, well, she could be both bipolar and narcissistic. Look, the bipolar's lies aren't lies. They're just ramblings that don't make any sense. They lose their mind. They become incoherent. It doesn't make any sense. What your mother-in-law is doing is gaslighting you. And all gaslighting is an aggressive lie, turning the truth around to make funny. That's not bipolar. Because she's good enough to turn the lie back around on you and have everybody else fall in line and believe her. That's not a crazy person. That's not somebody who has a chemical imbalance. That's somebody who knows exactly what they're doing. She is queen projectionist. She constantly talks about her wicked family like they are royalty. She pays for girls' weekends for her daughter, niece, mother, and 3 sisters. She needs to feel needed. She talks about her car, about her 5-bedroom house on the river, about her boat. If narcs are happy being miserable, why is she constantly projecting how wonderful her life and family are? Because she's miserable. Because she's miserable. That's all she has, is these physical possessions, and they can't fill the hole in herself. And every moment she has, she's got the voice in her head telling her, you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. That's why she's got to turn it around on you, because she knows she's a piece of shit. That's why she has to put out this false facade, this facade of a family and all this bullshit, because she knows she's a piece of shit. That's why she had to turn on you, because you stood up to her, you were exposing her. That's not crazy. That's not somebody who's crazy. That's just somebody who's crazy evil, calculating evil, but not crazy. She may be bipolar, not in regards to any of this with you. This is all calculating. And this is all screaming narcissism and screaming a little girl who never grew up, who hates herself. That's who your mother-in-law is. She hates me and slanders me to everyone she meets. Yet I do not talk about her outside of talking to other narcissistic abuse survivors. That's because I said she is a teenage girl and she is jealous of you. And she knows you know the truth about her. She knows you see right through her. So she is so fucking paranoid and so insecure and knows she's such a piece of shit. She has to just, anybody who might come in contact, she's got to preload them with those narcissistic seeds. On the off chance you meet somebody in the supermarket, say, hey, let me tell you about my piece of shit mother-in-law. That's how paranoid your mother-in-law is. That's why they do it. And again, that's calculating. That's pre-planned. That's not what crazy people do. I know that her lies about me are okay. I am fine with it. My therapist told me that every time I believe I am the problem, think if the narc said to me and if she did decide whether or not she is credible. If she is someone whose word I believe, obviously no. It's helped me get past a lot of the hurt. This isn't even about you. This is about her hating herself and her being jealous of you. You're taking her son, probably a son she wanted to be a son husband, and you saved them from that. She hates you because you're better than her, and she knows it. She knows it. You got to look at this as for what it is when she does it. It's like you are just a jealous, hurt little cheerleader. You're a little yippy dog biting at my ankles. That's it. It's pathetic. And everybody who falls in line with her is more pathetic. So who cares? The closest we ever got to an apology was in part of an email before we went no contact, where she said, there are some things that I regret saying and there are some things I may and should have done differently, but it's too late to change what has happened in the past. And there you go, it's in the past again. Some half-hearted, I regret saying, and some of the things. What things? Some of the things? Not all of the things. She regret what she maybe said to her son there and not you. She's still giving you a fuck you in that apology. And it all happened in the past is not the past. She says she has always respected boundaries we've put in place for our children and claims she has never said otherwise. But we have the text from her and her mother saying that boundaries are unacceptable and only a person with no emotions could accept them, and that my husband and children are missing out on love from the family. She has always excluded me, even when we got random texts after being no contact that they were sent to my husband, saying, how are you or the kids? Because she blames you for all of it. She blames you. Even when we were under evacuation notice for a brush fire that was all over the national news, my husband is a forest firefighter, she sent him a text saying, I heard about the fires. Please let me know if you and the kids are safe. He didn't write back because we had no contact and because he was always on the fire line and didn't get a chance. Surely if she cared, she would ask me. I was the one looking after the kids and getting ready to evacuate. Of course she would. But the narcissist will never miss the opportunity to make themselves into the victim. But you called it right there. If she was really that concerned, who cares how she feels about you? Let me at least know my grandchildren are okay. But no, she's still calculating enough to go after the weakest link, in her opinion. through text message. The least you can do to try to get in touch with somebody is a fucking text message. This is all made to set her up to self to be the victim here. That's all it is. It's another calculating manipulation, not one of a crazy person. When my husband called her out on being a narc, she said, "Narcissist, I think you need to look at a proper website from a psychologist of the meaning of it, not from some unknown author, and to what bit of it I am. Am I? All of it? Is it possible that narcs put on a front? Looking back, my husband sees abusive things she did in his childhood, but for the most part, she was supportive and loving. Everyone you talk to believes she is the nicest, most loving person you ever meet. Here is an excerpt from her last letter 3 years ago." And before I even read this, yeah, it's all about a front with the narcissist. That's why it's all about the lie, and it's all about a calculating lie. They know it from the start. I find it very hurtful and angry that you mentioned bending to my will and power, etc. I have never ever made you feel this way. How does she see? And that's the narcissist for you. She knows how you know how you made me feel, bitch. The narcissist will tell you how you feel. It's hilarious. And she thinks she would be getting somewhere and for the most part, they probably couldn't with some other people. But they don't even realize they proved their own narcissism now. Once you start calling them out is when they start to unravel. You have always been your own person, and I have encouraged you and your kids to do what is best for you. I have supported you and stood up for you. Yeah, right. Because that means stood up for you. That means everybody else, other people have a problem with you. You understand what she's doing here? She's telling you it's not only me, it's other people. So why would she need to stand up for you unless other people were going to her bad-mouthing you? Do you see what she's doing here? I know you're not my little boy. You stopped being my little boy when your dad left, and you took the role of being the male in the house and helped me get through it, and your sister, which I will never forget. Son husband again. I knew it. And I'm sorry, I thought this email was to her, it's to the husband, obviously. Son husband. But the same rules apply. Who would he have to stand up for? How does she know how he feels or she feels? Either or. I have not blamed you or criticized you in any way. As I have said, I just don't understand you. Claire said I am just your mom, and I am just your mom, and I gave birth to you, and I will always be your mom, and no one can take that away from me. You see? No one can take that away from me. There it is with her insecurity. It's the competition. She sees you, Claire, as taking him away. She sees everybody as her enemy because they're going to go away or take something away from her. It's all she has. This is all jealousy. I love you and always will because you are my son no matter what happens. I do not know what you're talking about when you say about getting crap from family, etc. Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute, bitch. Wait a minute, bitch. Slow down. Slow down. You don't know what he's talking about getting crap from the family. But earlier in your email, you said you have to defend him. You always stood up for him. They will contradict themselves 5 sentences later. It's amazing. It's amazing. You always say about getting crap from the family and criticizing you when you don't talk to the family. You have no idea what the family are thinking. No, but you do. No one has said anything. They don't want to get involved and make things worse. All I know is that they are here for you. You are the one that has made it awkward by what you think your family is thinking. This letter could have been written by my mother because these are all the things I've heard. You don't know what the family are thinking. They're trying to draw you in. And it sounds like she don't want you talking to the family for fear of exposure, or that she just got the whole family completely terrified of her. Either way, it's all calculating. We know she talks to her family about everything and plays the victim. She says she has never said anything. Well, come on. She's a pathological liar. We got told firsthand from a cousin that she heard about something I allegedly did. When my husband asked her how she heard about it, she said, and I quote, "Oh, your sister told your mom, who told Nana, who told my mom, who told me. What the actual fuck?" That's how the narcissist spiraling works. That's how the narcissistic spiraling works. Deep down, even though I know I am healing, I absolutely hate her. I hate her with every fiber of my being, and I know how wrong that is. And I hate that I hate her. She is only 51, and I am counting down until she dies. As a chain smoker and alcoholic, I know that won't be too far away. I can't wait to piss on her grave. I hate how she took everything away from my husband. All his family, his sister, aunts, uncles, grandparents. 3 years no contact has helped, but it does not take away the pain. When does that go? When do you wake up in the morning and fully accept that you are blamed for the total demise of a family unit? My husband and I have an amazing relationship. It's a real boost to hear from friends that we are so strong in everything we've been through, not just abuse, but medical stuff that should destroy a relationship. Even our therapist says that 20 years of counseling, she's never met a couple with a stronger relationship, and she really admires us. Keep pushing on, Ollie. You're amazing and an inspiration to all. Claire. Thank you. Thank you, Claire. And thank you for sharing your story. I don't know. Look, the idea that you're done with your family, you can get all that. You can get to that point. It still sucks not having a family around. So unless you can build one of your own with a family unit of friends who you truly want to be around, that's the best you're going to be able to do. As far as that TV commercial Hallmark card type of family, that just wasn't in the cards for us. And it's sad sometimes, and we got to deal with it. But what gets me over it real quick is, what's the alternative? Okay, it's Christmas. What would I be doing right now? I'd be sitting in the living room plotting their deaths, just wanting to kill myself. Go crawl in the fetal position and put them in the shower and set it on scalding. And then I'm like, you know what? This isn't that bad after all. So you always consider your alternative, what it's like to be around them. And remember that they're never, ever, ever going to change. But to your overall theme, the narcissist knows from the get-go that they're lying. They know the entire time. That's why it's narcissism. Look at the calculation in everything they do and say. It's mind-boggling. Look at the hidden aggressiveness in all of your mother-in-law's correspondence. People are complaining about you. I don't know what you're talking about. You know, there was just so much that I talked about, and you know, keep all of it in mind. They know right from the get-go they're lying. So thank you again for your story. I hope this helps. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any comments, opinions, or advice in the comment section below. And if you have a topic or a story you want read on the channel, You guys know what to do. PayPal link in the description box. I'll have it right out to you. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again soon. Bye.